Paparazzi. એક એવું કાઇન્ડનું જર્નલિઝમ which focuses on the entertainment part to be brought to people in a very natural way. અને આજકાલની લાઈફ સ્પેસિફિકલી આફ્ટર કોવિડ ટાઈમ્સ આઈ હેવ સીન paparazzi is growing like anything. Like it's like what do you say? They're everywhere, right? And I'm happy that I'm meeting the first paparazzi channel of Gujarat, run by DC herself, which is Deepali Chhatwani.
Thank you for spelling it out. A lot of people don't even know what is DC. A lot of people call, Acha, tell me what is DC. And I'm like, it's Deepali Chhatwani. It's like this.
So now people know, okay, why DC?
Yeah.
So here, coming on a night before the podcast, it's Gujarat's most loved podcast and one of India's top 3 regional language podcasts. Somehow we thought કે paparazzi બધાની સ્ટોરીઝ કવર કરે છે તો આજે એક paparazzi સ્ટોરી કવર કરીએ because at the end of the day they are too busy collecting different people's story that somehow their stories are not well reached to people, and what goes behind creating those stories કે કયા ઓડ ટાઈમ્સે કઈ જગ્યાએ પહોંચવાનું હોય છે ને કઈ રીતે બધી સ્ટોરીઝ કવર કરવાની હોય છે, રાઈટ? તો first of all, warm welcome to you.
Thank you.
And let's just start, how did Deepali Chhatwani from a regular journalist, first of all, journalism ni story ક્યાંથી start થઈ?
So it's a long story, Shrungar. So it's a very long story. I don't know. I think the whole podcast will get over in that, according to me. So it all began. So I have been a very, not a hyper, but a very curious and aggressive person. Aggressive in the sense I want to do it all. So I've been always like, I'll never sail in one boat. I'll have my feet in 2 boats. And I'm very clear that, idhar bhi, and do to hone hi chahiye. Ek karoge to boring ho jata hai. So that's how it all began for me. I come from a family where journalism ka J bhi kisi ne nahi kiya hua. All my family members are government employees, central government employees to be precise, not even Gujarat government, not even state government, all central government. My mom was with the railways, my dad was a central government teacher, all of them are now retired, but when I started my journey, they were working. So I also had an ambition that, I'll finish my bachelor's of literature in literature and we'll start with masters. And that's that. In between, something happened and I wanted to do law. When I was finishing my bachelor's, when I was in my 12th, I figured that there's something called GNLU, Gujarat National Law University. And they had CLAT, Common Law Admission Test. And I was clear that either a journalism thing, but journalism was always a backup, not a very happy backup. But then, dekhte hain, kabhi ye log, because I used to speak a lot. So my family members used to be like, itna non-stop bachcha hai, either she can be an RJ, but I did not think myself as an RJ. I never felt that I can be an RJ. I don't think I still have that humor that I can entertain the whole world. But I knew for the fact that I can aware people, inform them, and of course entertain them. Entertain on a very different level. I loved Panchayat from beginning. You have no idea. I would not gossip, but I have always indulged in healthy and a happy gossip. कि बता दूंगी एंड देन आई विल बी लाइक यार छोड़ यार ये आगे नहीं बढ़ा सकते, इससे ज़्यादा अच्छा नहीं लगेगा एंड स्टफ लाइक दैट. बट आई हैव बीन अ पंचायत पर्सन फ्रॉम द बिगिनिंग, बट अ वेरी हार्मलेस पंचायत, not so much involved, not creating a ruckus in people's life out of it. So I've been a person like that. So that got me to leave law because बहुत सारी चीज़ें हुई, बहुत बार ट्राई किया एंड फिर एज लिमिट हो गई यार कि बस 23 साल के बाद या 22 साल के बाद तुम नहीं अप्लाई कर सकते फॉर द बैचलर्स ऑफ लॉ देयर, बिकॉज इट्स अ 5 years course. So you can join the masters in the later stage like that. I had no one to join. I was like अगर किया ही नहीं है तो कोई मतलब नहीं है. So I finished my bachelor's in literature, English literature. finished it off, and then I already took my admission in masters in School of Languages, Gujarat University. I was sorted. I started going to the college as well. Somehow it did not resonate. I thought that there's so much more that I can do than coming to this college and looking at these clueless faces who are also here because they had to choose a subject. And you know how arts as a subject is perceived everywhere, that kuch nahi aata hai na to tum arts lete ho. That wasn't the scene with me. My parents, so I stay in Sabarmati, Shrungar. Sabarmati is a very far off place in Ahmedabad. It's not in the city. It's thoda sa, it's not even outskirts, but it's not the major part of the city. So I had 8 to 10 schools around me, around my locality. But my parents thought that bhale aaj se, we will make you study in a very good school. Like I've been a central school bachchu till 10th because my dad was a teacher there. So I was there. So it was an easy process for me to also get an admission there. Right. So then I realized कि मैंने फिर आज के सब जगह subjects देखे. I wanted to go away from maths. कि मेरे को मैथ नहीं पढ़ना, कर दोगे कुछ ऐसा, एंड बिकॉज ऑफ विच आई वॉन्टेड टू टेक आर्ट्स. सो आई चेकड आउट ऑल द सेंट्रल स्कूल syllabus. They were the same, and they would have something or the other. They would have history. I did not want to read history in my arts. I was like, मेरे को ये भी नहीं पढ़ना, मुझे बहुत easy subjects पढ़ना है. Can I be easy, because I know what I can do. I would want to be towards theory. I don't want practical. I don't want numbers around me. ठीक है, वो देखते हैं क्या होता है क्या नहीं होता है. So something happened and they suggested कि गुजरात बोर्ड में ऐसा नहीं होता. So we had good subjects like philosophy, psychology, and then there was Sanskrit. It's like, okay, let's do Sanskrit. अब कोई फ़र्क ही नहीं पड़ता, जब सब कुछ अच्छा है तो एक सब्जेक्ट मगअप करने में कोई नहीं जाएगा. So my parents thought of it that you should be studying in a school like this. You've never been in a convent. My sister has studied in convent till 5th, and after that we got her in central school because my dad was there. So same thing happened with me. They wanted me to have a convent feel because my mom has studied in convent throughout. So they wanted, because there is a discipline in that. So they wanted कि ये मेरे में आना चाहिए somehow, because I was the rotten kid, I would say, the rotten odd one out in the whole family. I'm still the odd one out, picking up random things and I don't know, making it work. I don't know best or the weird, but yes, I'm making it work. So that's when it all began, and then I actually started having my own individuality right from that school.
Okay.
Because till 10th my dad was there. I was a gunda of my school कि भैया ज़्यादा करोगे तो अपने dad को बोल दूँगी. I was very clear. This doesn't work here. And I had upper hand, of course, because my dad was also known for his good work, and he is a very kind person. If you ask him for any help, he would make it happen whichever area of the world you are in. He will make it happen. So he was known for all of this, and I was known for being his daughter. So, but I was nowhere close to what he was doing in life. I was just known to be very, very naughty, very notorious, constantly talking, not studying at all, very poor with studies. And my dad would pata nahi kya karegi ye ladki, I have no idea. And I was only good with English as a subject. But I'll tell you, I was only good in English as a subject only in central school. The moment I took admission in Mount Carmel, I remember my first internal test happened. My teacher gave me 1 mark out of 20. Not even 0, not even 2, not even 5. 1 mark out of 20. And I've actually filled supplementaries and answer sheets, extra answer sheets. And my best friend at that time, of course now as well, so she got 10 or 8 or whatever without filling up a supplementary, and half of the class flunked. And I was like, what is this? English में कैसे fail हो सकता है कोई? My dad was like, ये एक ही तो subject इसको आता था, इसमें भी 1 mark ला रही है 20 में से. How is that possible? So, and he came for the PTA meeting. He read the answers. like, इसने सही तो लिखा है. Then the teacher said that इसने आंसर सही लिखे हैं, पर जो मैंने बताया था ना क्लास में, जो आंसर्स मैंने लिखवाए थे ना, वो नहीं लिखे हैं. And I was like, oh my god, what a drill. So discipline. I would only do whatever I like to do it. The way I have understood the subject, the way I have understood the whole idea. That's not how a lot of institutions work. And that was the discipline that I had to understand, that you have to certain times follow somebody's rules so that you reach, at least you be there, they keep you there. So I was not very good with studies, but I was sure that I think practical में तो कुछ अच्छा कर ही जाऊंगी, कि कुछ ना कुछ अच्छा हो ही जाएगा. But somehow 11th 12th ख़त्म हुआ, बैचलर्स किया, मास्टर्स में आई, मास्टर्स में मुझे समझ में नहीं आया बिकॉज लॉ डिड नॉट हैपन. सो आई वाज कॉन्स्टेंटली कंसिडरिंग थिंग्स कि व्हाट एम आई सपोज टू डू. देन आई हैव अ फ्रेंड, माय डैड्स कॉलीग हु यूज्ड टू वर्क इन journalism. She studied from Department of Communication and Journalism. So we met at a wedding, at a colleague's son's wedding or whatever, my parents' colleague's son's wedding, and that's where I got to know that she works with 94.3. Her name is Shruti Jambekar. So
Okay.
I get to meet her, and she tells me, she told dad, there's a school like this, there's a college like this, if she wants to pursue journalism, she can pursue it from there. So then he told me, I did not know there was a college like this. And you know what, Shrungar, मैं वो कॉलेज को पास करके स्कूल ऑफ लैंग्वेजेस में जाती थी और मैंने आगे पीछे देखा भी नहीं था.
Day in, day out.
एंड यू नो व्हाट, एंड ऐसी इंसान को जर्नलिस्ट बनना था जिसको कुछ अवेयरनेस ही नहीं है, जो कभी न्यूज़पेपर्स ही नहीं पढ़ती थी, जिसको कुछ पता ही नहीं था, जिसको ये भी नहीं पता था कि पॉलिटिक्स में कौन कौन क्या क्या कैसे करता है, कुछ नहीं पता था. बट आई वांटेड टू बी इन जर्नलिज्म बिकॉज अ लॉट ऑफ पीपल सेड इन माय फैमिली दैट आई स्पीक अ लॉट, आई शुड बी अ टीवी जर्नलिस्ट. टीवी forget it, but journalist, what for? And that's when everything changed for me because I started studying. My master's degree was a fabulous journey. I mean, because it was all practical. Semester 1 this print journalism and uska internship 1 month. Then second semester this, uska internship this. Then third this. Then NGO और uska internship. And I interned with Paryavaran Mitra, which was, I always wanted to do something not around human welfare. I did not want to. I said, I think they're doing their welfare quite well. I don't want to empower them, and there are a lot of people who are empowering them anyways. And what contribution I'm going to do in a month's time, because I was sure कि वो एक महीना भी मैं कर लूँ ना तो मैं बहुत अच्छी कहलाऊँ. So, but then when I went to Paryavaran Mitra, it changed my thought process. I worked in grassroots level. I went for a project with them to a different place called Padra, whatever, around Baroda. So they were, so it was basically about कि how with the chemical water or something industrial waste के वजह से how the families were getting affected. We needed to do a market research of the same कि अगर इनको shift करना है ये particular जगह को तो कहाँ करेंगे. So that was handed over to this NGO and we were a part of it, and I can't thank that experience enough. I can't thank my university enough. I cannot thank my department enough for giving me that kind of a thing. They always told me कि नहीं तुम जाओ, तुमको मज़ा आएगा मज़ा आएगा मज़ा आएगा. And then that was me who was like, यार ये एक महीने के ऊपर लेके चलते हैं. Let's work with them, this, that, ये वो. I of course did not like the whole setup because I'm a corporate mind and I would want कि ऐसे AC cubicles होने चाहिए ऐसा. Of course that's not how NGOs are. They are never in your comfort zone. So I was like कि कर सकते हैं थोड़ा टाइम. बहुत मन किया, at least मन किया. I was happy about that idea. So that happened. थोड़ा बहुत वो किया. But when I did my print journalism, the very first internship was with DNA. It was about print journalism, and I was very clear I wanted to do features. I wanted to interview celebrities. I was very clear that I want to know things. I want to talk about things. I want to be clicked by them. I want everything around them because I loved entertainment. I love entertainment. Every kind of entertainment, but especially at that time, I was very fascinated about the whole idea how the Bollywood works, how TV serials work. I really wanted to know all of it. So that's when I thought कि no, I would want to be a features writer. I think there's more money there. Journalism में तो पैसा है नहीं, पर अगर है तो इधर है सबसे ज़्यादा, because बाकी तो तुम न्यूज़ ही लिखते रहोगे और उसमें तो कोई पैसा है नहीं, उसके लिए कोई पे नहीं करेगा सीधी न्यूज़ लिखने के लिए. बट अ लॉट ऑफ पीपल सेड कि मैं फीचर्स राइटर कभी थी ही नहीं, मैं सीधा ही लिखती थी, मैं ऐसा घुमा के लिख ही नहीं पाती थी फ्लावरी लैंग्वेज में, बिकॉज दैट्स नॉट हाउ माई हेड वाज. इट्स वेरी स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड पर्सन. But then धीरे I worked on my writing, my language, a lot of things. I've evolved a lot, I would love to say. I'm very proud of what I am today, but there's a long way to go, of course. But I'm very happy who I am today with whatever hard work I've done. So that's when journalism actually started. That I started enjoying my career, my work in masters, and that's when we got to know that Ahmedabad Mirror has some vacancies for freelancers. Half of my class was there to take the test. So I was like, okay, let's see what happens. Everybody is good, everybody. And मेरा तो सारा कॉन्फिडेंस उसी दिन हिल गया था जब मेरा 1 मार्क आया था 20 में से. आई वाज लाइक, आई डोंट नो, वहाँ 1 आ सकता तो यहाँ पता नहीं क्या होगा. सो आई वाज लाइक, लेट्स सी. और आयरनी देखिए आप, टाइम्स ऑफ इंडिया माउंट कार्मल के जस्ट सामने है. सो मैंने बोला ये तो भैया मेरा नसीब लेके ही डूबा है. बट स्टिल आई विल गो टेक द टेस्ट, लेट्स सी व्हाट हैपेंस. I don't know what happened. I got selected.
Okay.
I was one of the freelancers to be selected, and that was when it all started. But it was more about assignment दिया, आपने जाके इंटरव्यू किया. शायद कभी कभार क्वेश्चन भी मिल जाते हैं, कभी कभार मुझे बोला जाता है कि कैन यू प्लीज़ गिव अस सम क्वेश्चंस, इस बहाने तुम सीखोगी ये वो. Ahmedabad Mirror gave me a good exposure. I got to know the whole industry very, very well. And my work was seen. DNA was all set to launch. DNA was offered to me after 9-10 months of internship or a freelance stint with Ahmedabad Mirror. Then I was offered, a lot of people were offered DNA. मेरे साथ साथ बहुत सारे दूसरे लोगों का भी मिरर में लास्ट दिन था जिस दिन मैं निकली. सो अ लॉट ऑफ पीपल वर, इट्स लाइक अ ट्रांजिशन. इधर से लेके उधर जाते हैं, 3-4 पेपर्स हैं, अब इधर से उधर जाओगे, उधर से इधर आओगे. So I was very happy that somebody considered me like that. So I really look up to Sham and Jumana. They were the editors of DNA, and DNA After Hours. After Hours was features. So Jumana was basically the editor for the same, features editor. So I was very fascinated how she's worked throughout her life, as a journalist. मैं बस start ही कर रही थी, but she's seen the world when I was there already. So she said कि ये ऐसे ही होगा. So I was like, नहीं, मैं change करके दिखाती हूँ, ऐसा नहीं होगा. But I would come back कि हाँ ऐसा ही हुआ. She's like, I told you. And that's when I understood कि इसे कहते हैं experiences. This is how things work. This is what salaried journalism is called. That you're not sitting and chilling somewhere. You're working. My super boss Sham Parekh would always say कि freelancing is not an experience. Whatever money we are giving you, you should be proud of. I said, okay, but I think I've worked. But I realized when he said that, because then I had to be on field. I had to be on field from 10 o'clock till 10:30 in the night. That is minimum. Could be 12, could be whatever. ये सब तो ठीक था. ये सब स्टार्ट हुआ. पहले तो बहुत अच्छा लगा था बिकॉज मिरर में थे तो पेरेंट्स वर लाइक, वाह, सेलिब्रिटीज़ के साथ पिक्चर्स क्लिक करिए, घर पे आके स्टोरीज लिख रही है एंड दैट्स इट. इसको पे मिल रहा है, अपना पढ़ाई करिए, दैट्स इट. पढ़ाई ख़त्म हुई, DNA हैपेंड. देन बड़े बड़े इवेंट्स होने लगे, सप्तक होने लगा. सप्तक तो गोज़ ऑन टिल 3, 4, 5. आई एम कमिंग होम एट 1 in the night, 1:32. मेरे पेरेंट्स के तो ऐसा कि 1:32 क्या करते हो रात में. सो दे गेव मी अपर लिमिट 9 o'clock. I said, I can't do. I really can't do. It's not in my hands. I tried a lot doing all of that in DNA. I would finish my copies earlier. I would start working earlier. But it was not in my hands. That's how the system was कि पेज अगर जाएगा 9:30 बजे तो जाएगा 9:30 बजे. I have to be there till then. So it worked for a while. It did not work because I did not want my parents to be upset beyond a point. The whole family, to be precise. They were like कि थोड़ा जल्दी आ जाया कर, ये करा कर, वो करा. अब सब लोग गवर्नमेंट एम्प्लॉयज़, सब उन्हीं के ही बच्चे, पर उनका अलग काम. They were either in bank or something or doing MBA. So for them also 9 o'clock was the upper limit. चलो 10 o'clock. मेरा तो 10 भी नहीं बजता, मेरा तो 11-12 ही बजता था हमेशा. सो और जिस दिन हो जाता था उस दिन मैं सीधा दौड़ के घर ही आती थी कि नहीं, लेट्स गो होम, लेट्स डू. और इन सब में ना जल्दबाजी में बहुत सारी गलतियाँ करती थी, बहुत सारी चीज़ें मैं सीख नहीं पाती थी न्यूज़ रूम में. आई यूज्ड टू बी लाइक, एंड देन द नेक्स्ट डे माई एडिटर्स वुड कम, तुमको पता है कल रात को क्या हुआ, तुमने ये किया था और उसकी वजह से ये हुआ. एंड आई वाज लाइक नो. एंड समटाइम्स अगर घर जल्दी चली भी गई उनके प्रेशर में, तो if at all I sleep early because I used to be tired. Not tired, but then ऐसा कि next day morning again you have to get up and do things. So why not sleep? I would get up to 5 missed calls, 7 missed calls from the editor's room, or because they're editing my copy. They would want to know certain things. मेरी वजह से वो story नहीं गया because I did not answer. Sometimes वो story गलत चला गया जैसे नहीं जाना चाहिए था क्योंकि मैंने उस वक्त जल्दबाजी में जो लिखा वो लिखा. So बहुत सारी चीज़ें change हुई. My editor made me sit down कि you need to choose one thing and you have to stand firm on it. So I said, I can't choose one. And I wasn't at that age. I was 21, dude. What am I supposed to do in 21? What decisions? I took a decision of बीइंग इन जर्नलिज्म वही बहुत बड़ा था मेरे को, तो वो भी बहुत बड़ी गलती लग रही थी कि क्या ही कर लिया मैंने अपने आप के लिए. Then I was like, I don't know what am I supposed to do. Then my mom told me, we always wanted you to be professor. Can you explore that idea? In journalism, we are not saying कि leave journalism, but पढ़ाओ तुम journalism. मैंने बोला नहीं, वो experience के बिना नहीं आता है. तो उन्होंने बोला नहीं, बहुत सारे teachers पढ़ाते हैं और उनको experience नहीं होता, तो तुम करके देखो एक बार, तुमको फिर भी थोड़ा बहुत है. I did that, Shrungar, to be precise. It did give me a kick, but I was not happy. There was no shine in my eyes. There was no twinkle in my eyes. I was like, हाँ कर लेते हैं. So that's how it all began. And I left journalism, I said, for a year. I worked with Department of Communication and Journalism. I enrolled myself there for MPhil. I taught all the students journalism for a while, print journalism, very, very well. Then I was offered MICA. I worked there for a project, for a conference, international conference. That was a very good exposure again. Academics, because I always wanted to be in academics because of my parents. They always wanted me to be in academics. कि बहुत अच्छी, बहुत सेफ जगह है, अच्छा पैसा मिलता है, and you have good timings, maximum 4-5 बजे तक घर हो, 6 बजे तक घर हो. So they were looking at future, कि कैसे you can be married and you'll be well married to a very good guy, this, that, ये वो. I was like, भैया ये सारे thought processes तो बहुत अच्छे हैं, but wish I chose that for myself. But I was like, चलो करके देखते हैं. But everywhere I would talk about journalism, and everybody told me कि and especially Falguni ma'am there, it's like pursue what you want to pursue. तुमको पता पड़ेगा कि लड़ना किसे कहते हैं. तुम ज़बरदस्ती अपना टाइम वेस्ट मत करो कि वो फ्रस्ट्रेशन में तुम सबसे लड़ रही है. तुम अपना काम करो, तुमको जो करना है उसके लिए लड़ो और अपना एनर्जी सही जगह लगाओ. ये भी बात सही है. So I mean, I was thinking, introspecting about all of it. Jumana called me up one of the days, my DNA features editor, that listen, this person is leaving, would you want to join? I was always in touch with her कि अब कुछ करते हैं, maybe I can freelance, maybe I can do something, because I always wanted to be in journalism somewhere or the other. I was missing it. I mean, who can miss the career? I mean, I was missing it. Okay, yaar, I really want to do this. I don't feel the kick wherever and however, whatever. I just wanted to be out of the house. I do not want to be at home. So because of which I was picking up things. Of course, I was learning a lot in all of that. I was giving my 100% for sure. But I just did not want to go home. I was like, ye main hu hi nahi. I cannot be home at 7. That's not me. That's why I would pick up my car. It was like 1.5 hours away one way. So because I would come home only at 9:30, the same time, everything same, a good routine, of course, according to them, and they would not shout, and there would be no fights, there would be all good, there would be no conflicts, so shanti hogi. Jumana offered me this job, and I was like, I don't know anything else. I just said yes. I said, jo paisa dena hai, jo karna hai karo. I don't care. I want this job. That's it. Like, okay, you are in, no problem in that. And that's when I did not ask my parents. I informed them that, I have said yes to the job in DNA. They looked at me and they looked at the happiness with the happiness, with the courage that I have is fearless. I said, I've said yes, and I'm not asking you, I'm telling you. So they were happy with the confidence that they could see in my voice, in my eyes, everywhere, in my body language. Okay, she's back, and this is what keeps her happy. So they had to put their guards down. I said, no, this is not going to happen. What I want for myself is what is good. I don't want to regret the whole life, Shrungar. I don't want my kids to know that she's a frustrated औरत जिसका career ही नहीं हुआ और वो मैं उनके ऊपर थोप दूँ. I did not want to be that. I have seen a lot of parents doing that to their kids. I did not want to be that mother. I don't want to be that mother rather. So I always picked up what I always wanted to do. That's when I realized that if you have your battle right, if you stand right for your this thing, people will come and support you. And that's when I actually set an example, is what I feel. That's when I started standing for my things. मेरे को ये नहीं चाहिए तो नहीं चाहिए, ये करना है तो करना है. They would call me ज़िद्दी. Everybody would call me ज़िद्दी कि यार ये तो अपने पसंद का ही करती है. Why not? Why not? I did not understand the idea कि why am I supposed to work according to people? I'm supposed to work of course, when I work under somebody, I have to work with somebody according to their rules. But when it comes to my life, they don't have a say in my life. They have a say in my life till the time I'm in their territory. Same goes with their bosses. So I realized कि अच्छा कैसे, I actually started understanding my life. So I started my journey as a journalist again, and I was happy. I was posting things that I'm back and how this that, and I was quite confident. And in 1.5 years, I had taken an overview of how I was as a journalist all of these months, days, years, and how I should be now, and how journalism has changed in 1.5 years, and how differently I'm supposed to look. Everything I worked on my look, and I was a bit evolved. I wouldn't say I was a glamorous one. I bit evolved from what I was in my previous stint with DNA. I worked there for 8 months all alone because कोई और journalist था ही नहीं. So I covered theatre, I covered art, I covered celebrity promotions. They would come here for films and a lot of things. That's when I met Shah Rukh. I met a lot of people. I interviewed them. So it was a very good exposure for me. I always wanted to have a life like this. कि आज ये यहाँ से निकल रही हूँ, ये ख़त्म करके तो कल वहाँ जा रही हूँ, अभी वहाँ जा रही हूँ, वहाँ से वहाँ जा रही हूँ, वहाँ से वहाँ जा रही हूँ. So there was this one point when Shah Rukh said that I would come down to office to give the interview. So we were all waiting, and we waited till 12 in the night. And my parents did not call me up because they knew that, she's going to interview Shah Rukh. They just said one thing: you leave and you give us a call. So I left at around 2:33. I called them that I'm leaving. He's like, हम लोग लेने आए क्या? I said नहीं, it's okay. आप लेने आओगे तब तक तो 4:30 हो जाएगा. घर पहुँचते पहुँचते 5 हो जाएगा. I said नहीं, it's okay. So that was my win, not to get a picture with Shah Rukh Khan, but to tell them that thank you for your support, and I could reach here, that I could actually interview. I wanted this support so that I could do this, and they understood that what I was asking for was nothing, just their peace. That just be at peace, just see what I'm doing. If I'm wrong, please make me sit at home. I don't care, but just have that kind of faith in me, that and they took a leap of faith with me, in me, and that did not disappoint them. There was no looking back after that, and that happened. Then again, as I said, DNA was going, it was fading as a paper. It was going to some other brand, and it was all set to merge and stuff. In all of that, blessing in disguise, I always say, Ahmedabad Times of India was offered to me. And I was very happy. My parents were more than happy because वो काम तो 6 बजे ही ख़त्म हो जाता है. वहाँ तो ऐसा था कि every time he's like, why don't you try for Ahmedabad Times? I said, Ahmedabad Times, पापा पेपर ऐसा है, उसमें बहुत सारी चीज़ें कवर नहीं होती because it's an advertorial. DNA was never an advertorial. So I wrote 5 stories, 3 stories, 5, 6 stories in a day, and still I was an average journalist. बिकॉज एक नॉर्मल जर्नलिस्ट तो बहुत सारी स्टोरीज लिखता है, दिन में ब्रीफ भी देता है, ये भी देता है, वो भी देता है, 25 तरीके की अलग अलग चीज़ें होती है, फ्रंट पेज भी देता है ऐसा. और मैं तो एज अ एंटरटेनमेंट पर्सन आई वाज़न्ट डूइंग अ लॉट. 3-4 स्टोरीज वॉज इनफ. बट अहमदाबाद टाइम्स में 3-4 स्टोरीज इन अ डे वॉज ऑल्सो मोर देन इनफ. So for me, Ahmedabad Times was a cakewalk, quite easy, and then actually people started knowing me, and that's when I changed my handle from Deepali Chhatwani, which I used to write in DNA. That was my byline. That was my article name, Deepali Chhatwani. So Times of India made change to Deepali Chhatwani. I said I would want to keep Deepali Prakash. So then everybody said, no, people will think you've gotten married to somebody who's a South Indian, whose name is Prakash. And I'm like, oh my God. I was like, okay, I'll keep it Deepali Chhatwani. I'll do this. And that's when I changed my name on Instagram to DC. Because everything I would write in DNA wouldn't get known, or because papers जा ही नहीं रहे थे ज़्यादा, पेपर चल ही नहीं रहा था. तो बहुत सारे लोग मुझे पहचान ही नहीं पा रहे थे. इवन if I was writing in the paper, they would only ask for a PDF copy from me. So I was like, okay. But this paper helped me out in a very different manner because मैं दिखने लगी, लोग पेपर पढ़ते थे, मेरे स्टोरीज़ पे रिस्पॉन्सेज आने लगे. आई स्टार्ट गेटिंग मेल्स, अच्छा टेल मी यू डिड दिस स्टोरी, कैन यू ऑल्सो टेल मी अबाउट दिस, कैन यू ऑल्सो डू अ फॉलो अप स्टोरी ऑन दिस. एंड इट वॉज एंटरटेनमेंट में इट वॉज ऑल इंटरएक्टिव बिकॉज आई स्टार्ट डूइंग वेरी गुड इंटरेस्टिंग स्टोरीज अबाउट पेट्स, अबाउट सिटी फीचर्स, दिस दैट. It was my thing. Ahmedabad Times was my thing, that I would always wanted to do things like this. Ye karo, wo karo, Gujarati film industry. I got closer with them. I gave them a lot of actors say, I don't say that I shaped the industry very well for people to at least read. मतलब ऐसा लगता था उन लोगों को कि बाप रे इंडस्ट्री कहाँ से कहाँ पहुँच गई. With the kind of stories I would do, stories like what are the 5 must-haves that these actors have for their shoot. What do they do before they have a shoot? And you know those kind of superstitious कौन किस में believe करता है क्या करता है. Every like Malhar has this thing कि he will start all his project at 12:39 p.m. Not before, not after 12:39 because it's the shubhest murat. Shubhest, that's my vocabulary.
Okay.
That's the shubh murat of the day. Everything good he starts from 12:39 p.m. So that you know things like this, and you know that got people closer to their actors, to their fans. And then I did a story like how much Malhar Thakur is paid for performing in a wedding, and things like that. And a lot of actors were called to perform at a wedding, just like Deepika and Ranveer are called, are invited, and they perform. The same way it was happening here. The industry was doing very good. That article had a reach of some lakhs for the first time on Ahmedabad Times page, Facebook page. And I was like, oh my God, I'm doing something good. And everybody told me about, yeah, what article, dude? What an article. I was coming out as a very good journalist. I was known for whatever I was writing. My efforts were seen. My efforts were constantly acknowledged and mentioned on Instagram. So that made me famous. And they were like, यार ये Deepali करना छोड़. इसको कुछ नया नाम दे. That's when I actually kept my name, and it was basically Priyanka Chopra PC करती थी, so I called it DC. So I was like करो कुछ भी, but she used to write P and C. I started writing DEECEE, so that it's different, थोड़ा सा, not really. But then I was like कुछ अलग करना पड़ेगा. I cannot be the same. So there was a friend who, in my bachelor's, who used to call me Esperanza. Esperanza was a very long name for people to remember. So I said I wanted something of my name, which is shorter, and people would remember. And I don't know what happened. My friend from Mumbai and who runs I Love Sandwich House here, she started calling me DC, and we became friends. And she's like Dees. I said I'm DC. उसमें से भी तूने छोटा करके Dees कर दिया. So when she would call me, a lot of people understood that you know she could be called this, and she responds to this name. So everybody started calling me hi DC, hi DC. I'm like, oh my God, this name has gone quite well. So for 3 years, good 3 years, I worked and I was known as DC. Everybody would write to me, hi DC, this is this person. I would want you to be a part of this is this. A lot of good things happened throughout when I was with Ahmedabad Times. And because I was all set to get married, I had to quit the job, and I was taking care of Content Kosh. So I was like, अच्छा चलो अब Content Kosh को revive करते हैं. So थोड़ा अजीब सा था कि कैसे करेंगे, क्या करेंगे. जर्नलिज्म छोड़ना था वापस, बट देन दिस टाइम आई वाज ओके बिकॉज इतना देख लिया था, इतना कर लिया था, इतना काम कर लिया था, बस एक छोड़ सकते हैं, इट्स ओके. शायद इसी में कुछ आगे करेंगे तो करेंगे, बिकॉज अच्छा माहौल बना दिया था इंडस्ट्री को, सब इंडस्ट्री में सबको जानते थे. आई सेड आई कैन डू समथिंग्स बेटर फ्रॉम दिस. आई थिंक आई गेट इन्वॉल्व विद अ फिल्म और समथिंग, और अ गुजराती फिल्म, बट nobody knew of a future. Like COVID happened. So what happened ki I got married in 2020. I left my job on December 31st 2019, and I don't know what happened. 5th of Jan, my wedding was on 29th of Jan. 5th of Jan, I get a call from somebody in Adani that we are supposed to do a campaign, and आपने कुछ भी pitch किया था. I actually pitched for a very good campaign. They were rebranding themselves. So I just thought that anyways I'm getting out of this whole field. Why not do something better? And that's when I got to know that a friend was looking for a rebranding packaging or a proposal for the same. I randomly just stated कि ऐसा ऐसा आपको करना चाहिए. Adani was looking for a Adani, yeah, I think Wilmer, correct. They were looking for a rebranding of their own packages, and I was like कि आप ऐसा ऐसा कर सकते हो. Their brand ambassadors were Akshay and Twinkle anyways. So I said, you can do this. My captions were taken by Akshay in that. Of course, they don't give agency credits, सीधी बात है, because there were 6-7 agencies. But my captions were taken by Instagram. It was posted on Akshay's Instagram. And I did not have a team of content coach at that time. It was all me. I worked on their articles. I wrote their articles and everything the way they wanted, and everything. The articles went pan-India. Advertorials, but they went pan-India. I was the one who was actually doing it all. I did not take the credits because they were supposed to come out later in the stage. Of course, I don't get a name there because it's a paid article and it's an ad basically. But yeah, it went. I was like, oh, I'm again there in papers, but in a different manner. So I said, okay, this can work. This can work really well. Then took up content course as a full-fledged thing, and COVID happened. And I was like, I don't know, new city, new person, new life, everything new. I don't know, what am I going to do? And what is COVID? I was like this. I said, what am I supposed to deal with? In all of this, there was one constant who always pushed me to take care of content course, who always told me to take your stand, do things like this. It was Chiranjeev Patel. He is my mentor. He's been my mentor. We met in 2017, 2018. And I told him that that's what I'm looking at. That's what I'm looking at. He's like, very good. But when are you starting? So I said, I don't know when am I starting. But then maybe when I have nothing else to do, I will start with content course again, like a full-fledged thing. He's like, no, you're supposed to start now. I said, I don't think so. It was anyways planned for when I would turn 35. It's like, when you've started already, why would you not pursue it? Why would you wait for you to turn 35 to start that? So I realized, I introspected on that. I'm telling you, Shrungar, the kind of people I've met, the kind of people have been around to polish me, to shape my future, has been amazing. I mean, I think I'm blessed with the best when it comes to my people, not just Chiranjeev Patel, but my professors who would always say financial stability सब कुछ होता है, don't ever give up on your career. And I did not understand. I was like, parents पैसे दे रहे हैं ना, क्या फर्क पड़ता है? But then the moment I started earning, I realized, and I cannot thank my sister enough, who actually told my parents. She's an elder sister. She's 5 years elder to me. Vacation में chill करती थी मैं. So she was the one who told parents when I was studying literature, can she not work? What is she doing? She's wasting her time being at home. She cannot go out to meet friends because she doesn't know I did not know to drive a two-wheeler. I did not know a bicycle. I did not know how to ride a bicycle because कभी ज़रूरत ही नहीं पड़ी. डैड के साथ आओ, डैड के साथ जाओ, ट्यूशन्स में पापा छोड़ने आते थे, पापा लेने आए. Never thought that I would want to learn something like, and my dad tried, but नहीं हुआ. फिर then कॉलेज के टाइम पे I directly learned a two-wheeler. Directly, I was like, यही करते हैं, छोड़ो, क्या साइकिल सीखेंगे जाके बैठ के. A lot of people tried doing whatever things that they wanted to try with me, कि ये भी सिखाते हैं, वो भी सिखाते हैं, but नहीं सीखना, पता नहीं क्या था. So that happened, and my sister was the one who told my parents that she should be working as well, because she's wasting time and your money. Better let her earn, whatever that time, because college में कोई holiday homework नहीं होता था यार. You chill, that's it. So I read a lot of books and everything, but then I started with a call center job when I was 17, because thanks to my sister that she thought of it, because she was also working. So she's like, no, you're supposed to earn your own pocket money. I started earning with 5,500 plus कुछ मिलता था, तो वो कुछ कुल मिला के 6,000 होता था. 6,000. और मेरे को ऐसा लगता था, मैंने वो एक महीने में मैंने तो दुनिया जीत ली जैसे. 6,000 किसे कहते हैं यार. So, because I was a person जो अपनी बहन की पॉकेट मनी पे जीती थी. खुद की पॉकेट मनी तो जैसा कुछ होता ही नहीं था कि दोनों के बीच में इतने रुपए, देख लो कैसे है. So I've had my share of crazy ups and downs. I've answered all your questions in one answer.
No, there are a lot many questions. I suppose. Yes. But yeah, I could actually picturize the whole journey. ક્યાંથી શરૂ થઈ, કઈ રીતે શરૂ થઈ, ક્યાંથી કેવી રીતે મૂવ થયા, રાઈટ. એન્ડ ધેન so content cost was going on, right? You had started with 3 clients, and then slowly the clientele was,
it's now 30 in 2 years. 3 was a constant from 2015 to 2020. 3 was a constant. Those 3, especially Chiranjeev Patel, he got me the rest. He was like, this girl does it all well. He does my social media very well. You should. I haven't seen a client who would boast about the social media agency just like that, because he see that spark in me that I can do things well. So I was like, okay, let's do it. So you just tell me कि अच्छा ये भी है, ये भी है, ये भी है, ये भी है. Start working. And I was like, where am I supposed to get people from? Where am I supposed to do things from? So then he said that my work is to empower you. Because when you started this journey, COVID happened. So my journey starts here with you in terms of mentoring you now. So I am only supposed to mentor you. What you're supposed to do is not my job. You have to find your way, you have to find your people, you have to hire your people. I can only say कि इस टाइप का इंसान लो, इस टाइप का इंसान मत लो. प्रोफेशनल लेना है नहीं लेना है मैं तुमको वो बता सकता हूँ, पर मैं तुमको ये नहीं, मैं तुम्हारे साथ बैठ के हायरिंग नहीं कर सकता, वो तुम्हारा काम है, उतना तो करो. सो यू नो आई वाज लाइक हाँ यार एकदम ही मतलब 100% ही अडॉप्टेड बिहेव करना है. बिकॉज आई वाज क्लूलेस, लाइक व्हाट एम आई सपोज टू, you know, what do you say, what am I supposed to take care of? My new shadi, my new life, my new city, or the new COVID shit, or the new career? Everything was new, everything. And I was as clueless as anybody could be कि 5 नई directions है, पांचों की पांचों सुनी है, समझ में नहीं आ रहा, और पांचों इतनी एक्सेसिबल हैं कि थोड़ा सा भी पैर इधर करोगे तो एकदम इधर चले जाओगे, इधर भी जा सकते हो, इधर और सब जगह जा सकते हो बेसिकली. सो आई वाज लाइक आई डोंट नो व्हाट एग्जैक्टली टू डू, बट देन ही वाज देयर एज अ गाइडिंग फोर्स. ही, माय हस्बैंड निखिल, he was there, he was constantly there. We were very very new with each other. He would still understand. I would cry, I don't know what is happening, why are we sitting at home? And you know, I don't like to cook. I was very clear. And Nikhil also knew that I did not like to cook. And we said yes to each other on that. कि हाँ चलो ठीक है, एटलीस्ट ये ऑनेस्ट है, ये झूठ तो नहीं बोल रही कि मेरे को खाना बनाना आता है फिर खाना नहीं बना रही. सो या ही वाज ऑल्सो क्लियर कि हाँ नहीं बनाना खाना. बट देन कोविड हुआ, मेड्स नहीं थी, तो खाना भी बनाओ, काम भी करो, ये भी करो. तब आई हायर्ड वन पर्सन, just one person. And you have no idea, Shrungar, giving salary to that one person was such a liberating thought. And Chiranjeev would always say कि तुमको ना पैसा मिलेगा ना, तुमको उसका खुशी नहीं होगा. जब तुम पैसे दे के दूसरों के घर चलाओगे ना, तुमको वो मिलेगा ना आनंद, वो बहुत लिबरेटिंग होगा. यू हैव नो आइडिया. I was like, I don't know all of this. I was like कि क्या करवा रहे हैं CP आप, मुझे कुछ समझ में नहीं आ रहा. And then he said, do it. And you love the whole process of entrepreneurship. I used to write for him about, I still write about him around entrepreneurship. I write how well he's in that field. But I did not know that, you know, it is such a fantastic field that तुमको जितना earn करना है वो तुम्हारे हाथ में है. कि जाओ जाके मेहनत करो, तुम जिस दिन मेहनत नहीं करोगे उस दिन तुमको नहीं मिलने वाला. पर जिस दिन तुम बाहर जाओगे तो तुम जितनी मेहनत करो उससे ज़्यादा ही मिलने वाला है. So I realized, oh my God, this is fun. This is really fun. During the COVID time, I also upgraded myself because I loved social media, but that was not enough to run a business, because then you have to work on people's social media, talk interaction, talk results above all. It's not just कि तुमने संभाला और छोड़ दिया. So that's when I started taking courses. I read a lot about it. I've taken a lot of courses on digital marketing. I've taken a lot of courses on creative writing for social media, this, that. Because तब मैं ही लिखती थी, मैं content plans बनाती थी, मैं क्या नहीं करती थी. So मैं post करती थी pages पे, पता नहीं क्या ही नहीं करती थी. And I hired a person, and that person I gave him कि तू ना postings कर, content मेरा ही अच्छा है तो मैं ही लिखूंगी, because clients को मैं गंदा content नहीं दे सकती. तो तुम इस पे काम करो, मैं फिर भी content plans बनाऊंगी. So I used to make content plans, this, that, ये वो चलता रहता था. मुझे नहीं पता कब 3 से 5 हुआ, 5 से 7 हुआ, 7 से 10 हुआ, 10 से 15 हुआ, और आज हम 30 पे हैं. आई हैड नो आइडिया दूर तक. एंड मैं बस ये पूरे प्रोसेस में सिर्फ हायर कर रही थी. एंड इन ऑल द प्रोसेस माई सिस्टर एंड माई पेरेंट्स, माई डैड, दे लेंड मी दे हेल्प दैट यू नो तेरा फिनेंस हम संभाल लेते हैं, हम तेरा हायरिंग संभाल लेते हैं. एंड यू नो दे टेक केयर ऑफ माई HR एंड फिनेंस. आई डोंट हैव टू नाउ लुक इन टू हायरिंग ऑल्सो. And we are now people with 10 team members in the team. And I will only like to thank Chiranjeev Patel. He only says one thing, that because you worked hard, because you had a vision, so I could guide you. So you should be thankful to yourself. I said, yeah, but then not everybody is so unconditional, yeah, Shrungar. Everybody thinks of their own benefit everywhere. But that did not happen. He treated me like his own daughter, that you know I am supposed to carve your future, I am supposed to look into this. Everybody believed in him, including my parents, including my husband, कि हाँ ये होगा तो सही होगा जो भी होगा, because he knows it better than anybody else. So then I was like, great. And then he made me meet a lot of people कि ये भी तुम्हारे mentor हो सकते हैं. कई लोग कैसे होते हैं ना कि हम mentor हैं तो हम ही हैं. He made me meet several other people. Call them your mentors. Get mentored under them. You know, he gave me an exposure कि that's how entrepreneurship works. You cannot be stuck to one mentor और उसका thought process. I can be blocking you at a lot of places. Could be, not sure. But you know, you can look into this, ये देखो, ऐसे करो, वैसे करो, all kinds of things. I was like, wow. And he liked the idea that I was the one who started personal branding as a service in Ahmedabad when nobody knew of the term. I did not know of the term till 2020. I only knew that मैं person profile संभालती हूँ. वो मेरा फोटे है. ये मैं जानती हूँ कि ये मुझे आता है और ये ऐसे ही किया जाता है. सो वो 2020 में जब सब लोग अपने अपने ब्रांड्स के बारे में अपने आप को ब्रांड्स बताने की कोशिश करते थे तब मैंने बोला अरे ये तो आई एम द पायनियर ऑफ दिस इन गुजरात व्हाट आर वी टॉकिंग एंड देन सीपी वाज लाइक ऑफ कोर्स यू वर एंड यू आर प्लीज मार्केट दैट एंड टेक मोर वर्क आई एम नॉट मार्केटिंग दैट आई एम लाइक नो मुझे ऐसे काम नहीं चाहिए काम आपका काम देख के आएगा काम दूसरों का पेज देख के आएगा जिसका भी पेज संभालती हूँ एंड वी आर गुड 30 clients now ऐसा नहीं है कि अब नहीं करना but then yeah 2 years and this process from 3 to 30 is fantastic. I'm very glad that it all happened. It also happened because of my team because they believed in me. I told them I want to focus on sales. Do you understand? I want to focus on sales. I want to go pitch. I don't want to post anymore. I want you guys to take care. So they hired people under them, interns नीचे content coach पे डालते रहते थे कि हमको ये चाहिए. I gave them access of everything. तुमको जैसे जो करना and so good. The team is so good. I mean touch wood. They're so good. I mean one by they hired each other. कि I hired a client manager hired a content writer hired a small छोटा intern and everyone. That one hired a social media manager. So, you know, it happened on its own. I did not actually have to work hard. My sister would just interview them. And sometimes we had a crazy time, of course, hiring a lot of people in middle because Sara talent upar niche ho rakha tha COVID mein. But these people have done all of this. So I was like, wow, I'm telling you, I'm blessed with the best people. I will tell you at every phase, at every question, that I'm blessed with the best people. That every time I am associated with somebody, and they've only given me back. I am associating with somebody, they are only giving me back. Why? Because I'm passionate and they can see it that, you know, this girl, she just wants to do it. If you're a part of it, be a part of it or get out. You know, it's very clear. And I have thrown people out कि नहीं समझ में आ रहा ना मेरे साथ रात को 2 बजे काम नहीं कर सकते ना तो मत करो. It's okay. Because है ऐसा काम मैं खुद काम करती हूँ जब मुझे करना होता है तो मैं पूरे वीकेंड्स काम कर लेती हूँ. नहीं सोती मैं नहीं करती. Everyone knows me as a workaholic person because I love it. And I'm never tired of it. And now I've taken now I relax. Now I take my weekends off. I tell my team to take a weekend off. That please manage your sanity. बहुत ज़रूरी है because when you come back on Monday, you come back with a very fresh mindset, and you do really well till Friday. And you should do. जब तुमको पता है Saturday Sunday chill ही करना है, slog, and they've understood this idea कि हाँ कर लो slog. फ्राइडे तक जितना करना है फिर बाद में सैटरडे संडे एक शब्द नहीं एवरीबडी इज क्वाइट ऑन सैटरडे संडे कि ओके व्हाटएवर बट देन दे आइडिएट दे कम विद अ लॉट ऑफ फैंटास्टिक आइडियाज ऑन मंडे कि लिसन कैन वी डू दिस दैट ये वो सो या दैट्स हाउ कंटेंट कोच ग्रू एंड इज ग्रोइंग एंड या इट हैज़ बैक्ड अप ऑल माई बिजनेसेस DC show and DeeCeePaps.
So and then I think DeeCeePaps happened like after first phase of COVID.
Yeah,
say that?
last year.
Yeah, in about
Last year.
2021. In the same month, if I'm not wrong, you recently celebrated your first anniversary,
Yes, first pap party.
Paparazzi party.
So, a friend of mine called Shweta, I said she runs I Love Sandwich House. So we were driving down to the venue, BMW. We were driving down and she was like, baby, you need to behave like a pap person. I said, what do you mean by that? It's like, look at Viral Bhayani, look at Manav Manglani. They put up pictures. When they put up very good pictures. You're a first female paparazzi. I was like, oh my God, I never thought that I am that you're the first female paparazzi of India.
Oh, is
You
it?
better look hot. I was like, Huh, but I was actually thinking. So I'll tell you what happened. I wore a white dress, and I my friend helped me, and she was like, "You have to wear a pink shoe because my DeeCeePaps logo has a pink this thing." So she's like, "You have to wear something pink. You have to wear something of your logo." I said, "यार मैं white पहन रही हूँ तो बोले तो मैं black पहनूँ." Like नहीं नहीं white ही पहन, black तो बहुत गंदा लगेगा. So I said, ठीक है because गर्मी है. So I said ठीक है. So then that pink shoes I was talking about it to her, Shweta, that yeah, I don't know, I've never worn pink shoes. I've been a very average way dressed.
Corporate dressed.
Yeah, I'm more towards kurtas and stuff, and I'm more comfortable wearing that. And more than anything, I don't have a stylist, dude. So I don't want to think so much. But yeah, I put a lot of thought in what kurta I like to wear because I am inclined towards it. So I would go buy new things and stuff. A lot of people told me, a lot of friends told me that should wear this. ये बहुत सूट होगा, ये बहुत सूट होगा. I'm like, I don't care, इतना time नहीं है. मुझे कुर्ते समझ में आते, मैं कुर्ते ले लूँगी अपने हिसाब से, और मैं लेती थी अच्छे. सो इतनी इंक्लाइंड हो गई कि बाकी सबके बारे में समझ ही चली गई कि विच वेस्टर्न ड्रेस कुड लुक नाइस. जो रेगुलर है इट्स ओके, बट देन आई वाज लाइक, देन दीज पीपल फोर्स्ड मी कि नो यू शुड वेयर दिस, यू शुड वेयर दैट. सो उन सब में एंड दैट्स व्हाई आई वाज लाइक यार आई डोंट नो, मैंने पता नहीं कम से कम 5 से 6 बार बात छेड़ी कि यार व्हाई एम आई सपोज टू वेयर पिंक शूज़. यार पिंक शूज, आई होप इट डजंट लुक गॉडी, आई होप इट डजंट लुक टू सिंधी. I am sorry, that's derogatory. But they're known for wearing bling, so
Yeah.
much bling. So it's like, I hope that's not too Sindhi. I hope Nikhil was going to be a part of this party. So I was like, I just want to look perfect. I just don't want to, goof it up because of whatever I'm wearing. So they said, you are the first lady of the country as a paparazzi. You better look hot. And I was like, I did not know of the fact. And on the spot, I Googled, and there is no one. Shrungar, not that my research is not so bad. So not that I know of. Not a single girl is there as a paparazzi. Not that I want to encash the gender part, but I'm very happy that I'm doing something like this. Bhale Gujarat to Gujarat for now, but yeah,
A pioneer in something.
yeah. Pioneer in the second thing. Well, first is a
Yes,
pioneer of personal branding. Second is pioneer of paparazzi in Gujarat. Third, pioneer of paparazzi as a female. I will encash the
Gender card.
thing. No problem. Let's do it. So DeeCeePaps happened when I saw. I did not know Viral Bhayani. Yaar. I'm being honest. Even after spending whatever time in journalism, 8-10 years, I did not know Viral Bhayani. I only knew of him after the COVID thing happened and everybody. I only knew of Instant Bollywood as a page. कि यार ये बड़ा अच्छा है, ये बड़ा ये करता है, वो करता है. फिर मेरे को लगा यार होगा कोई इसके पीछे दिमाग, लोग पे वे करते होंगे या जो कुछ भी है सीन. सो ये सब कुछ हुआ एंड देन आई वाज लाइक, मैंने बहुत सोचा है इस पर. मैंने पहले भी सोचा था जब मैं अहमदाबाद टाइम्स में, आई गेव दिस आइडिया टू माई एडिटर ऑल्सो, लेट्स हैव आवर ओन पेपराजी, ऐसा कुछ होना चाहिए. तब शी गेव मी अ नेम कि विरल भैया ऐसा कुछ करता है. तब मैंने कुछ किया नहीं, ऐसा चलो ठीक है कोई कर रहा है तो लेट्स नॉट बॉदर. मुझे लगा वो मेरा आइडिया था, बट मुझे नहीं पता कोई 10 साल से ऑलरेडी कर रहा है. सो तभी मैंने जाके गूगल नहीं किया. अगेन आई वॉज नॉट क्यूरियस बिकॉज ऐसे हाँ बोल दिया अगर कोई कर रहा है तो लेट्स नॉट बॉदर. देन वन डे इन एक्सप्लोर आई सॉ हिज पेज. अच्छा ये विरल भैया नहीं है, अच्छा ये तो वेरीफाइड अकाउंट, अच्छा ये सब कुछ करता है. देन आई फॉलोड हिम एंड आई वाज लाइक, it's not a difficult task to do. When you know people, it's not a difficult task. I read more about Viral Bhayani. I understood that he was also in journalism and he's known people. He's been into fashion or whatever, photographer. He's been there. So he knows the generation. He knows generations of entertainment industry. So he could do this. And he started it. I think he started, but then ये concept UK का है, यहाँ का नहीं है. So वो सब कुछ समझने में थोड़ा बहुत टाइम लगाया, ये वो. I spoke to Chiranjeev, I spoke to few of my friends that can we start something like, what will we call this? So उन्होंने बोला नेम तो तुम ही डिसाइड करो, तुम माहिर हो ये सब कुछ करने में, सबको नाम देती हो, अपने काम का भी खुद ही नाम. बट हाँ ये चीज़ अच्छी है सोचना. ये बात चल रही थी कुछ मई में लास्ट ईयर. जून आई केम डाउन टू अहमदाबाद एंड 6th June to be precise I came to Ahmedabad. And I asked one of my designers in the personal chat, listen, I want something called DeeCeePaps. Do you think it's a nice name? She said, I don't know what do you mean here, but अगर आपको इसमें logo options चाहिए तो मैं भिजवाती हूँ. So I said, ठीक है. So then they were like कि आपको क्या चाहिए? I said मेरा थोड़ा identity होना चाहिए. So I love wearing specs because that's ऑफ कोर्स आई हैव चश्मा, आई हैव नंबर गाइस. मेरे को बहुत सारे लोग बोलते हैं स्टाइल के लिए पहनती है, स्टाइल के लिए चश्मा नहीं पहनूंगी. सो सो आई सेड मेरे को कहीं ना कहीं चश्मा चाहिए और कैमरा चाहिए. So, उसने बोला चलो ठीक है, आई विल मेक दीज टू थिंग्स अ पार्ट ऑफ द लोगो, द पार्ट ऑफ द आइडेंटिटी. Meanwhile, I asked 2-3 names were there in my head कि सिर्फ DC Paparazzi करते हैं, सिर्फ DC Pap करते हैं. बाद में ग्रामेटिकली समझ में आया कि DC तो पैप नहीं करे, DC Paps होता है, that she paps you ऐसा. So then I said, I think we should start. And I thought Paps करती हूँ, जैसे Z लगाती हूँ. I said, this is so idiotic. I thought of a lot of things. I still have that diary where I wrote 3-4 headings pencil से कि जो पढ़ के अच्छा लगे, जो पढ़ के अच्छा लगे. And I clicked a picture of it and I sent it to everyone. My best friends Anushri and Abhishek have been my partners in crime, my partners in everything. In everything, they have been a rock solid support. Anushri is a friend from Mount Carmel.
Okay.
She's a friend till today. बहुत गाली गलौज करती है, जहाँ पे भी मैं थोड़ी बहुत फंस. They have there's a lot that's happened to me. There's a lot that has happened personally, and they were constant pillars. Like my parents, they were constant pillars. For a moment, my parents did not know what exactly I am doing. They were like, "Kar Pipu, tu kar dalegi, tu ye bhi kar de." And they would not call me DC, Deepali, Chotu because Chotu is my ghar ka naam. They would call me Pipudi because my voice is like a kagda. So they're like, तू बचती है, तू बोलती नहीं है, तू बचती है. Because मैं इतनी जल्दी गुस्सा नहीं होती, पर जब होती हूँ तो my voice, I'm a very shrieking, I have a very shrieking voice when I shout. So like, तू चिल्ला मत, हमको गुस्सा कम और हमको irritation ज़्यादा होता है कि भैया बहुत shrieking voice है. So I shout, when I shout my voice also becomes very thin. So all the more very shout, पता नहीं what word to use. So yeah, so it's like, so that's when they started calling me Pipudi कि बजी जाएगी ये तो. So then yeah, so they also said that this will be a fun thing, but they're not into media, they don't know people, they know people because of me. I tell them to go follow this person, go do this person would help you like this, तो इसका content देख, तो गुजरात में ये बोले भैया हम नहीं करते ये सब कुछ. So I so love having best friends from non-media this thing, so that I can go tell them all the gossips and it's not gonna go anywhere.
Also you can flaunt,
Oh yeah, but no flaunting with them. No, yeah, they're like family. I would meet them in my worst self. कि क्या है, and they've seen me in my सबसे घटिया हाल, and they have brought me back from there. So they and my parents, all of them have been just there, like a rock solid support. As I said, blessed with the best.
So what? Do you remember your first pap?
I remember my first pap.
Do you remember a night before that happened? And who did you pap? How did you pap?
So I'll tell you something. What happened? उसके लोगो बन के आ गए शाम को. I love the logo, the first logo. But then I sent it to 2-3 people. Like नहीं यार नहीं मजा रहा. वो baby pink था. So I said वो content course वाला pink था. Content course में there's pink and white. So वो वाला pink था. I said नहीं यार मज़ा नहीं आ रहा. It is not catchy as a paparazzi thing. I said look at Viral Bihani's logo. It is yellow and white. So they're like no, you cannot copy. So I said pink रखना है, not because I'm a woman, but because it's ऐसा hot pink रखना है, because it's a color like that. जो भड़क के सामने आएगा. And I wanted to have it with black because black is a safe option. So then she started making different logos and everything. So वो रात को बन के आया 1-1:30 बजे. तो मैंने भेजा 1-1:30 नहीं, एक्चुअली 9 बजे ही आ गया था बना के. तो मैंने बोला कि मैं अब किसी को नहीं भेजती, एक पेज बनाती. मैंने पेज ही नहीं बनाया था कि मैंने बोला ये फाइनल है, ये मुझे चाहिए था जैसा है. उसमें चश्मा भी है, उसमें कैमरा भी है, कैमरा पे लिखा हुआ है DeeCeePaps, ब्लैक भी है और पिंक भी है. और पिंक में है, पिंक पीछे बैकग्राउंड है और ब्लैक भी बैकग्राउंड है, बट चश्मा कैमरा सब आ गया. आई सेड दिस इज़ परफेक्ट, आई वांट टू गो अहेड. सो I posted this and I made a Gmail account, of course. Then I made a Instagram ID. I was grinning ऐसे while making it, and I was on my छत, घर का छत. अहमदाबाद में घर के छत पे थी. 10th of June, I remember. Actually 9th of June, 10th of June, everybody started knowing it. That was my first pap, man. You got me really excited about it. Oh my God, when I look back. So then what happened? So I started posting and ऐसा first photo आया DeeCeePaps. पहला ही picture वो और वही DP था. And I posted that as a story. पोस्ट को तुम जब स्टोरी में डालते हैं, आई टैग्ड एवरीबडी एंड आई चेंज द बायो द फर्स्ट एवर गुजरात पेपराजी दिस एंड प्लीज़ नो कॉपिंग पिक्चर्स एंड वीडियोज़ उतना करके छोड़ दिया एंड तब तक एवरीबडी सॉ. I tagged everyone and I followed everybody from there. And come on, Arohi, Malhar, these people, I mean, they follow so many people and a lot of people follow them on daily basis, on every second basis. They saw that. And they were like, oh my God, do we have the first paparazzi of Gujarat? I was like, oh my God, they're reading it. They can see it. Bole, the logo is so catchy, Deepali. What are you doing? I did not speak about that plan to anybody. I just launched it. I was like, oh my God, this is coming out well. And then I followed everyone that I was supposed to. Everybody saw it and everybody read ki kya hai, what is, and they understood what, there's something from DC, but what is this? And everybody started putting up on their stories, oh my God, my girl has started doing this, my girl, I'm super proud, this, that. I was like, oh my God, crazy response. Oh my God, you have no idea how happy that gets me till today. That was the night, everybody was like, ये इसको फॉलो करो, इसको फॉलो करो, इसको फॉलो करो. बाय द टाइम आई डिड माई फर्स्ट पैप द नेक्स्ट डे विच वॉज ऐश्वर्या मजमूदार, बिकॉज द मोमेंट आई पोस्टेड दैट एंड आई पोस्टेड on my profile as well, she wrote, hi, tomorrow Starbucks. She commented, hi, tomorrow Starbucks at 5:30. I was like, oh my God. I was like, okay, she started tipping me off already. I said, okay, I'll send my photographer. I wrote it in the comment. I said, the photographer shall be there. She was my first pap with her mom. So that's when she became all the more close to me. And I was like, look at people almost there to support you, to take you through. And then I asked her, how was the experience? She's like, of course, very good, because I was also figuring out my photographers left me. इसमें बहुत जल्दी attrition rate बहुत ज़्यादा होता है. So a lot of photographers would love to do this, a lot of photographers would not want to do this, because Gujarat and a lot of weddings and a lot of things, and around that I actually started. So a lot of photographers were happy doing it, a lot of photographers wanted to leave. So my first photographer who actually did this actually left in 20 days, but I did not let anybody know of it, because पीछे मैंने setting कर दिया था. So I was like, oh my God, I cannot let go of this like this because of a photographer. So then फिर बाद में मुझे रियलाइज़ हुआ कि मुझे तो ज़्यादा फोटोग्राफर्स के टच में रहना पड़ेगा, कि अगर कोई जाता है तो ये ऐसी चीज़ें हैं. So first 3-4 months तो oh my God, it was all pack. मज़ा ही आ गया. मतलब it was so much fun. Every day I used to pap somebody or the other. और 3 लोग रख लिए उसके बाद, कि जिसको जो अरे भैया, उसके बाद तो क्या क्या नहीं दिखने लगा. और बहुत सारी चीज़ें I couldn't post only. I was like, oh shit, I can't post this. Oh shit, I can't. And बहुत सारे secrets बाहर आने लगे. And बहुत सारा फिर बाद में क्या हुआ ना, लोग एक अलग तरीके से मुझे देखने लगे. Not as a paparazzi person, not, they started calling me Viral Bhayani. I said, that's quite cheap. I said, call me Miss Malini maybe. You cannot call me a female version of Viral Bhayani. I said, just look at him. He's somewhere. I've just started. And also, why? He's a different person. I said, I am still very social. People know me. I'm out there. I mean, I'm very social. And तब तक DC show आ चुका था. So उसका सक्सेस पार्टी हो चुका था, सब कुछ हो चुका था. सो इट वॉज ऑल द मोर फन फॉर पीपल टू कनेक्ट विथ मी, क्योंकि एक पूरा मैं जो कुछ भी स्टार्ट करती हूँ श्रृंगार, आई मेक श्योर दैट आई स्टार्ट फ्रॉम अहमदाबाद, बिकॉज आई एम फ्रॉम हियर. इवन इफ आई मूव टू बॉम्बे, I will start my every project from Gujarat, because that's what this place has given me all. I better give everything first to the people of this city and state, then take it ahead. So that's how it all started. Everybody loved it. The next day the buzz was completely different, and I was already 500, 1000. Quickest 1000 it was. I was like, oh my God, it's crazy how. And first I would still, if I would have the screenshots, insights देखेंगे first 10 उसके. So it's been sent to 1,000 people, 1,200 people that listen. This is a paparazzi. Everybody would have shared it somewhere or the other. I was like, oh my God, I am somewhere else only. फिर बाद में मुझे realize हुआ कि I don't have to fly. I really don't have to fly. I have to stay as grounded as possible. Only then this will go ahead. It's not about tonight. It's about from now onwards, till the time I want to, till the time I would want to give it to the world the way I want to give it. So yeah, till today we're not a year old, but we are 10,000, and we also did a first PAP party, and we celebrated 1 year. Actually, we complete a year in June, but I did it early because I had different plans. I want to do something else. I have different plans in the sense I have different milestones to achieve. And June मुझे नहीं पता था कि कोविड का क्या सीन है क्या है. So I have time now. I have people being free now. I have people being socializing now. I better party with them. I better celebrate with all of them now. And I had a collaboration with BMW. Like, to have that name for your collaboration for the first ever party was the biggest thing. As I said, blessed with the best.
That party had crazy pictures I saw.
Oh my god.
Like,
And I looked the best. I loved the part. I was like, those pink shoes made the most. I mean, उसने जितना highlight बनाया उससे ज़्यादा किसी ने highlight शायद बनाया भी नहीं था. The dress and the pink shoes. Everybody, yeah, those pink shoes, yeah. I was like, thank God. Thank God it was the right choice. Thank God my friends were there to help me out with it. So I told you, blessed with, and I actually celebrated with those people only, those who I want to pap, those who are papped, those who I would pap later on in my life, and my friends, my family, people who've been a part of my journey from the beginning. I remember my parents being there, and my editors from DNA Sham, Jumana, being there, she telling it to everyone that her dad did not let her do a lot of things. Look at her, look at him, he's smiling. He's so swollen with pride today. He's so happy with the world, with the way he's there. He's standing at BMW today. And look at it. So I was like, oh my God, I did not know of this conversation. I got to know 2 days later when I met the same friend, and she said that, Jumana was talking like this. I was like, oh my God. And मैंने सबको बुलाया था जो भी इस स्टोरी का शुरुआत से पार्ट थे, जो मेरा शुरुआत से पार्ट थे. आई एम वेरी क्लियर विद माई आइडिया. जो मेरे साथ है ना, मैं उनको मेरे साथ हर जगह लेके जाऊँगी. I will take them places if I am going places. Wherever I am going, even if I am drowning, I'll take them. कि प्लीज़ बचा सकते तो बचाओ.
नहीं तो साथ में डूबते.
हाँ, साथ में डूबते हैं. कुछ तो रहेगा. So, it's like that. So, and they have said yes to it. They are there with me everywhere. And, they also suggesting such stories. मतलब उनके भी टाइम पे बहुत रोई हूँ कि यार ये क्या है, पेरेंट्स साथ नहीं दे रहे. और मतलब frustration because your personal life is at stake. How can you do great in professional life? You cannot, beyond a point. So yeah, I mean, my family, my in-laws, everybody has been a great support. I mean, I can't say, I will only say that I'm blessed with the best every way possible. Be it my in-laws who keep cheering me up from everywhere कि yes, Deepali, you can do this as well. And my sister-in-law, oh my gosh, she's a sweetheart. She would say, आप पहन क्या रहे हो, अच्छा आप कुछ ऐसा पहनना है. She would give me dresses के ideas कि तुम ऐसा कुछ पहनो, तुम ये करो. बॉम्बे में she'll take me out for shopping के अहमदाबाद में पता नहीं ये मिले ना मिले, लास्ट मोमेंट कुछ मत करना, ये करो. एंड अगर मैं लास्ट मोमेंट अटक रही हूँ तो शी इज़ माई गो टू पर्सन एट टाइम्स कि अच्छा टेल मी वेयर मैं आई सपोज टू गेट दिस बिकॉज शी इज़ सीन इट मोर, शी इज़ डन इट मोर. लाइक so then she'll be like, आप इधर जाओ भाभी, you can do this, you can do that. And she has been the strongest cheerleader from that family after my husband. She's been there that अब आप ये करना. अभी she's already sent me the next look is supposed to be this, the next look is supposed to be this, because I also started because I have my own chat show called the DC show. So I'm all set to shoot the season 2 of it. So because a lot of people saw the first season of it, a lot of people from Entrepreneurs Organization, I interviewed Riya Chakrabarti recently for them, for Rio Gujarat, because they wanted somebody else to interview so that the members can, really understand what exactly happened and can understand the whole journey, can listen to the conversation very, very well. And they wanted somebody who can actually talk well, who's sensitive enough to talk, who can take things out.
Got it.
So that's when my name was suggested. Oh, that way is journalist चलेगी, journalist में कौन DC चलेगी, DC को बुलाते हैं, अहमदाबाद, गुजरात. So यहाँ पे तो नाम चला. वो देख के I got EO Chandigarh, EO Punjab, and I interviewed Baman Irani. And I was standing with Baman Irani for almost 2.5 hours on the same stage. He talking to me, I talking to him, and we getting out greater stories, the crazier stories of his life to the people of EO Punjab, and they loved whatever we did. Of course, he stole the show. Baman Irani is the best guy. You cannot get there. He actually stole the show, but the kind of questions I asked got him, uncensored out there. That because EO conversations are supposed to be like that. They are not clicked. They are not recorded, or they are not what do you say, they are not shot. There is no camera that you will see there. कोई shoot नहीं कर सकता उसको. So everything unplugged. You can ask anything and everything to a celebrity because they are all friends. Then you guys become friends. Then you become very comfortable. So it was a fabulous experience to be a part of it. I mean, then I was like, okay, my this thing is also going out. My this thing is so. My love for telling stories in different ways is now being seen, and I am loving and I'm celebrating that every day. Be it in terms of DeeCeePaps, wherein I'm talking of healthy gossip, where I'm talking about this person is going here and that. These are like short stories. These are like short informations that people would want to talk about and stuff like that. Then come to content course. Content course is personal branding because I love personal branding and of course normal branding as well. I tell stories of people on their pages. I write them because I love talking. I love narrating stories. I love making people famous. I love it. I love people letting know of each other's story, each other's struggle, so that they can uplift each other. I'm not a person that if you're growing, I'll have a problem. No, I would want to be a part of that growth. I would take you whatever it would take. If I have to introduce you to somebody, I will introduce you. कि अच्छा ये करे हो तो अच्छा ये भी कर लो.
Got it.
This would help you do better. So I like uplifting because the moment you don't do anything, they'll not remember you. But the moment you do something for them, they will remember you. कि यार this girl helped me out like this. This girl did this. So let's help her as well when she needs it. I'm not gonna come to you and ask for any help. I'm not doing it with the expectation that you'll be there for me. I'm doing it because I want to do it. And when I want to do it, I do it. I go all out and I'll be like, listen, you should also do this. And this will make more sense. And if you have any problem getting there, let me know. I'll help you out. So I think DeeCeePaps has given that motivation to people in Ahmedabad and Gujarat to do something.
Okay.
Yeah.
And another question.
Yeah.
This kind of can get under the skin in a way that ઘણા લોકો thinks paparazzi is not the real kind of journalism.
It is not a journalism.
Huh. So
I don't care. I am not here to pursue journalism. I'm only here to give you healthy gossip. I'm here to create content that's only going to make you smile and happy and be proud of. तो यार हमारे गुजरात में भी ऐसा कुछ है. तुम एटलीस्ट आज घर से अगर तुम बहुत बड़े इंसान हो घर पे और तुम जाने माने हो, तुम आज चप्पल में बाहर नहीं निकलोगे. अब तुमको ये होगा कि यार ये कहीं पे भी पैप कर लेगी और डालने की बात. ऐसा 2-3 बार हुआ और लॉट ऑफ पीपल वर लाइक अरे यार मैं स्लीपर्स में था यार दीपाली यार मत डालना ना प्लीज़ मत डालना है. लाइक यार मैं क्या करूँ, फोटोग्राफर्स ने दे दिए हैं पिक्चर्स. I might post because you're a big guy. I would want to post about it. ले यार मेरे को नहीं दिखना है ऐसे. That's not my images. यार अब तू आ गई है, मेरे को क्या ऐसे पूरे टाइम में शूज़ पहन के घूमूंगा क्या? I said exactly my point. You better be ready. I see a lot of people now getting all ready. I've gotten that culture, dude, that people are supposed to be ready. What if DeeCeePaps हुई तो? What if उसका photographer हुआ तो? What if we are getting papped? We don't know because now तो even events people call me. Paid promotions of course, but then they called me, can please come pap this, pap that. Nobody would come underdressed. Everybody would come all well dressed and being prim and proper and whatnot. And I love that part that, I've gotten that culture, I've gotten that motivation, I've gotten people out of their comfort zone, I've gotten people out of their house after COVID. कि बाहर निकलो तो पैप होगे ना, घर में थोड़ी ना पैप करूँगी तुमको.
True.
So yeah, so I'm very happy that, it's brought something very different. But it's an inspired concept, very copied, I'd rather say. But it's okay. It's bringing a lot of good noise. It's making people happy, and it's only creating good noise. So I really am very happy. Something that's only bringing a good change is good. I'm not doing it very. In a very harmful manner, like how we see the rest of the paparazzis, they don't give that space. I don't believe in all of that. I like to give that space, be it somebody's demise, be it somebody's wedding. I wouldn't want to be a part of it. Recently, an actor got engaged, and I actually messaged that person. I could have gotten pictures just like that and wouldn't have gotten to know the person also. She wouldn't have gotten to know. Because sources, and you can do it after being in journalism. I can do it, and I know people who could do this too, but I chose to ask. I chose to have her privacy intact. I did not want, because then she said that I'm not interested putting this out. I am interested in putting this out on my profile or maybe on my husband's profile or to be husband. So I said, okay, "Theek hai, let's not do it." And I did not. I did not post it even after when these two posted. I said, okay, great. Then she would have realized, because I respect people's, I want it healthy. I don't want it to become toxic. Like the other day, you would have, I don't know if you would have seen that video that Kareena Kapoor is getting out and one of the paparazzi guy, उसके ऊपर थोड़ा सा कार लग गया और कार करीना कपूर की कार लग गई ड्राइवर की वजह से. So she's saying अरे तू दूर जा. And you read the comments, people are blaming Kareena Kapoor कि तुमने उससे पूछा भी नहीं कि तुम ठीक हो कि नहीं हो. It is your problem. You're doing it at your stake. You're doing it at your risk. You're going on people's face here. And if people are going to, give you a tight slap पीछे से, तो वो तुम्हारा problem है. You're supposed to give that space. Even when people are walking, please give them space. You're not supposed to be on their face. You're not supposed to dance on their heads. I saw recently, that's not content creation. That's not gossip. That's really not gossip.
That's invading privacy.
Yeah, and I don't believe in all that because I want to do it, all of it, but not like this. Not like this. Never, never. So that's ethical. That's how I get journalism involved. That I will only do it ethically. I will not do it the way others are doing.
We've talked a lot.
Yeah, you have a crazy content. I don't know what to edit and what to keep. I am only thinking कि मैंने कितना बोल दिया. I've kept my life open, my book open in front of you.
And I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people who'd love to watch all this. And they would love to know a lot more.
I hope.
But let's...
Please let's wrap up.
We'll have to wrap up. Because Gujarati public, honestly, આટલું content જોવા માટે હજી થોડીક નવી છે.
Thanks to Reels, our attention span is 15 seconds.
8. The new survey says we have cut down to 8 seconds. So most of the reels 8 seconds ની વધારે ચાલે છે, 15 સેકન્ડ ની 15
વાયરલ જાતી है यार.
એટલે but thank you yaar, મતલબ મને સાંભળવાની જ એકદમ મજા આવતી હતી. મેં કીધું ને હું એકદમ પિક્ચરાઇઝ કરી શકતો હતો everything, right? અને this has been a lovely episode for us. And I hope you keep creating more and more smiles and you keep creating new culture out.
Fast.
Thank you for being on Night Before.
Thank you, Shrungar. It has talked about all the nights. Your show has talked about all the sleepless nights, all the teary eyes nights, and all the best of the nights. I think you know it all. I think the podcast listeners are going to listen to all of it. And thank you for having me here and having me go through everything in these 1 or 2 hours. I mean, now I feel, oh my God, I've done so much. Now I can talk about it. Not so much, but then I have at least evolved a bit. As a person and as a professional for sure. And of course, there's a long way to go, but this is just the beginning. A very good beginning. As I said, I'm blessed with the best, including you now. You're a part of that list now. Thank you so much. That's it. Thank you. Spoke a lot.
कितना हुआ? बोलो. हाँ? 1.5 घंटा? See, you can speak.
I can speak a lot of things, but it's on you to what to keep. दिखा देना please डालने से पहले.
हम कुछ काटने वाले?
अरे why not 1.5 घंटा थोड़ी ना तुम ऐसा का ऐसा रखोगे.
ऐसे
कैसे? I said a lot of things यार. No, I've said a lot of things. थोड़ा ऊपर नीचे नहीं हो, अब मेरे को रहना है यहाँ.
आधा मिनट काट देंगे.
I've said a lot of controversial things. I am so sorry, but then
No,
ये सबसे longest है, सबसे lengthiest है या क्या है?
मनन नु કેટલું હતું? 1:15. हाँ. I think this is longest. We have set a new record. We are open to this. Hi, I am Shrungar Rughani, the host of the show. This show has been directed by Nathwani. Intro music for the show has been created by Harsh Sunil Trivedi and the background music has been done by Mohit Kamoti. The logo has been made by Monik Patel. Yogesh Solanki was the DOP. A production team includes of Hussain Popatia and Hemang Prajapati. We sincerely thanks Doubletree by Hilton Ahmedabad for their warm hospitality during our shoots. Our friends at WaterBox helped us reduce the usage of plastic water bottles. A special mention to our friends at the PodOne for making podcast world better and beneficial. Thank you for listening to A Night Before, Gujarat's most loved podcast show and one of India's top 3 regional language podcast show.